Okay, so I want to start with something that genuinely messed with my head when I first found out about it. There's a country in Europe, the Netherlands, you've probably heard of it. Amsterdam, tulips, windmills, whatever. But here's the thing nobody talks about. This country is smaller than West Virginia. It's cold, it's wet. It's one of the most densely populated places on Earth. By every logical measure, it should not be able to grow enough food to feed itself, let alone anyone else. And yet, it is the second largest food exporter in the entire world, behind only the United States, a country that is 270 times its size. I'm not making that up. Over $100 billion worth of food leaving that tiny country every single year. Tomatoes, peppers, cucumbers, lettuce, flowers, going to Germany, the UK, the US, the Middle East, everywhere. How? How does that happen? I'll tell you how. Greenhouses. But not the little glass box your grandma grows her herbs in. We're talking about something completely different. Glass cities. Miles and miles of them. So many that when astronauts are on the International Space Station at night, they can see the glow from the Netherlands from orbit. Just this massive sea of artificial light visible from space. That's the thing I keep coming back to. Visible from space. And when you actually go inside one of these operations, it doesn't feel like farming at all. It feels like you walked into the future. The tomato vines are 40 feet tall. 40 feet. They're strung on wires from the floor all the way to the ceiling. And they just keep growing. No seasons, no winter. They don't stop. The roots aren't even in soil. They're sitting in a synthetic material called mineral wool. And nutrients get delivered directly to the roots through water. Every single nutrient calculated precisely, down to the milligram. The plant gets exactly what it needs, exactly when it needs it, and nothing is wasted. And the whole environment, temperature, humidity, CO2 levels, light cycles, all of it is controlled by computer. The algorithm knows what the plant needs better than any human farmer could figure out by feel. And it just runs, 24 hours a day. Then the robots come in to harvest. Sensors scan the vines, identify which tomatoes are ripe, the arms pick them without bruising. They get packed, and within hours, they're on a truck heading to a port. And water. This is the part that honestly still gets me. These greenhouses use 90% less water than conventional outdoor farming. 90%. Every drop gets recycled back through the system. Nothing escapes. In a world where water is becoming genuinely scarce, that number is almost unbelievable. One of these complexes, a single operation, produces more tomatoes in a year than an entire US county growing them outside in the ground. So naturally, money noticed. The Dutch government spent decades funding research at a university called Wageningen. Think of it like the MIT of agriculture. The science coming out of that place basically rewrote how the world thinks about growing food. And then private money flowed in behind the research. Dutch companies building greenhouse technology became billion-dollar global businesses. And then Silicon Valley showed up. In the last 10 years, American venture capital has dumped billions into this space. Companies like Plenty, Bowery Farming, AppHarvest, all trying to build the American version of what the Dutch created. Jeff Bezos put hundreds of millions into Plenty alone. The pitch was simple. You can build these anywhere. Bad soil, wrong climate, middle of a city, doesn't matter. You just need capital and technology. That's the pitch. Capital and technology. Which is exactly what billionaires have unlimited amounts of. So they moved in hard and fast. The global market for this kind of farming, controlled environment agriculture they call it, is projected to hit $700 billion by the end of this decade. So yeah, the money makes sense. But here's where I have to be honest with you, because this isn't just a cool success story. AppHarvest went bankrupt in 2023. Arrow Farms went bankrupt too. Turns out building and running these things costs an absolutely insane amount of money. The electricity bills alone will crush you. You need massive scale to make the economics work, and getting to that scale requires capital that normal people just don't have access to. So right now, this technology is doing what most powerful technology does in the beginning. It's making rich people richer. The billionaires who can afford to lose money for years while the technology matures. The hedge funds that can build at massive scale and weight. They're positioned perfectly. And the small American farmer, they're getting squeezed. Commodity prices going down, land prices going up. input costs going up, and now there's a future coming where the crops they've grown for generations might be produced more efficiently in a climate-controlled warehouse 2 states away. That's the uncomfortable part of this story that the investment decks and the TED Talks never really address.